Wait, actually CS, we gotta check because last update did this. Zantares and Nico sharing their thoughts on the new update. This update completely destroyed the spray. CS feels broken and ridiculous now. And the funny thing is, we'll have to play the tournament with this new update. How can they make the game feel even worse every F time? The thing is, the servers are broken, but the servers cannot follow what the devs are doing. The devs don't test the game and they don't know how to play the game. So when they do something, they don't test it, they release it, the pros have to play, and now the pros cry. If these pros experienced even 50% of what the average player experienced with the cheating, with the admins on Faceit, with the Premiere, with the scammers, with the skins, with everything, qualifiers, they would cry all day on Twitter or X. They are so lucky because they're now only experiencing a small part. They don't have the qualifiers online with issues with anti-cheat. They don't have qualifiers online with cheaters, match fixers, and people who are throwing games all the time. I don't know if you saw that game in tier 3, even the casters were screaming, what's happening, why didn't the guy defuse the bomb? So they're only experiencing 30%, if even that much, and they're crying. Just make them play online their tier 1 games on qualifiers with other teams which are cheating, best of ones, on broken anti-cheats, to deal with Faceit admins, and then they would quit the game. They're lucky because they're in a closed circuit on LAN, and then a lot of the issues they don't experience. Robs still wants 128 tick servers as well. So many, 1 second, I forgot to do something, 1 second. So many people are crying, even Robs is crying about 128 tick, but then now you see, dude, the new CS update is cringe, and you'll see more people. There we have it. Players are not players, players are not users, players are now customers of CS2, so you're no longer even a player. Jake Lucky, Valve have introduced a new item in their latest CS update, the Genesis Terminal, which allows players to re-roll their item up to 5 times, just to get the option to buy the item that you roll, with some exceeding $1,500 to purchase. What is this? Today's video is sponsored by RainGG. Rain is one of the fastest growing CS2 case opening sites. Besides fun case openings, they offer game modes like case battles, upgrader, and doubles. Rain gives players free daily, weekly, and monthly cases. If you sign up with my code LOBA, you get 3 free cases and 5 deposit bonus. The site supports instant deposit and withdrawals using skins or crypto. If you want to try Rain, click the first link in the pinned comment and use code LOBA to claim your rewards. Please remember, loot boxes sites can be addictive, so make sure you're over 18 and only spend money you can afford to lose. Good luck. It's all pixels with no real value according to Valve. The crazy thing is, finally, they're being invited to testify, so I hope they jump on Steam for being so greedy and doing what they're doing with CS2, removing a game that you could play, used to play, people enjoyed playing, just in order to use Source 2 in order to popularize even more skins. This guy is sick at coding and he figured out a lot of issues. And look what he's saying. If I was EA or Activision, I would ask myself, how the Valve keep getting away with this type of things? I'm not versus Gamba, by the way, and there are sites for that, but the way Counter-Strike is doing it is just greed. It's a video game, not a Gamba website. This is what I'm saying. Like, this guy said it perfectly. I love Gamba. I do Gamba all the time. Gamba is perfect. But the problem here is that this guy is explaining the game should not be Gamba. And the game has turned fully into Gamba, and I've been saying it for the last 2 years, because even the streamers that are most popular in CS are just Gamba streamers. There isn't no streamers who are now gaming as much, because playing the game, you're getting frustrated with cheaters, you're getting frustrated dying behind walls, you're getting frustrated with FPS drops, and now even the shooting and spray is broken. Beard on X. This system feels extremely illegal, but I can't prove it yet. I hope more people jump on this and more news outlets jump on Valve for doing this. However, many people aren't gonna like what I have to show for the spray because it's technically better. Now, this is where I want to explain one thing. People who look at data and stats and say, oh, this is better according to Y equals X, is not going to be the same as a pro or somebody experienced who played multiple versions is playing it and then giving his opinion on how it feels. Seeing some numbers and seeing something showing this is better is not gonna be as accurate as having 20 pros playing the game and then saying their opinion on how it feels, because these guys are experienced and they'll find issues they like or dislike, and they'll give you better feedback than some numbers. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe somebody wants to prove me wrong, but you remember how Valve Dev said CS2 is instant, no tick rate, you won't even notice it, right? And then Robs joins in and does 100% accurate what is 64, what is 128 tick servers. He does like 100 tests and everyone was accurate 100%. So sometimes it's better the feeling of how the game works than the stats or the data that you see. Maybe somebody will disagree with me, but I would rather believe somebody's feeling if I get 20 experienced people than believe a spreadsheet and some numbers. So even though the numbers might show you that it's better, playing it obviously feels worse for pros. Now, an average bot who is Richard Lewis or Thorin with 200 hours in all version across CS won't notice the difference between subtick 128, 64, or having 60 FPS and 300 FPS. He won't notice it because he's clueless. But we shouldn't rely on those people's thoughts. We should rely more on the feeling and opinion of people who are experienced at playing the game, and not what we've been doing, believing people like Restream Pixel who has been hyping CS2, and that got us to this point now where even he hates CS2 because he wasn't transparent and honest with the game when it came out. Being transparent and honest would have probably brought us quicker changes, because you saw the leaker from Valve said that they had only 2 devs on the game. Now, after all the drama, everything happening, they added more devs. So what I said 2 years ago in the HLTV interview at the RMR, just hate more, talk more, complain more, make more drama, and they will react to it because they don't want bad PR. They mostly care about PR because news outlets pick up that. Twitter picks up that. But back then it was like everybody was hyping the game. If anybody says anything bad, that guy will get trash talked, insulted and everything, which was happening to me. But now we're two years later and people are experienced everything I said would happen. Again, I'm not mad. People hated on me or whatever. It's okay, doesn't matter. I'm more mad that the game still sucks. Here are some key points you should note with respect to the current state of Counter-Strike. 1. A lot of, not all, performance issue that you are seeing is currently because of server issues, which I said before. A lot of these things are from the servers, which are also affecting your performance, input lag, rubber banding, player artifaction. But as well, when we had 128 tick servers, those servers and source 1 weren't that big of an issue. Now with how subtick works, you need perfect conditions in order for the game to work. In 128 tick and source 1 or CSGO, you had more room to make a mistake, to not have it perfect but still work better than this. Here you need perfect, as far as I understand, you need perfect surrounding. Everything needs to be perfect for the game to work. That means 0 to 1 to 5 ping, like on LAN. As soon as you get 20 ping, 25, 50, 60, 80, the game is literally unplayable. You're dying behind walls, everything is lagging, everything is late, which in CSGO wasn't the point. So it looks like Valve are focusing on the less than 1% of people who will play at LAN and are ignoring the 99% of people who will play online. And now they're probably hoping the 99% people who are playing online will just watch LAN tournaments and buy skins when they're home instead of playing the game. Maybe I didn't understand that good. CS2 Kitchen, by the way, this guy CS2 Kitchen is really, really smart. Can you can confirm this by playing against bots. You will find the movement feels better and more tight, consistent. So that's what I just said, right? You need the perfect conditions. You with bots, zero ping, hosting the server, everything looking good. Great, everything's amazing. But as soon as you go into the server and the server is 20, 25, 30, 50, 80, whatever ping, you're cooked. So next, no problem spraying unless server downstream affects interpolation a higher variable. And at the end, hopefully, this with the Congress forces Steam to do some huge changes and stop literally being greedy to users and maybe provide some gameplay instead of only Gamba. I understand money is important. I love Gamba. I love money. Everybody does. But let us have at least some gameplay so not everything is focused on how much money we're feeding Steam, because now them trying to like get money from this. What is it? What is that clip? From this, getting money from this. It's not enough just getting from cases. Now they want money even from buying the skins. So first they went to like cancel Gamba sites. Didn't work. Everybody found a workaround. Then they went to cancel trading sites. Didn't work. Every trading site, Gamba site found a workaround. So now what they're doing, they're putting it all in their own game so people don't have to go outside of the game to do the same thing. Kinda super greedy. I hope we can see some big changes, and I'm surprised this is even allowed on Reddit to be. Usually the admins instantly delete when something negative is on the page, you know. I mean, something real is on the page. So
Yo, bro, we're live on Twitch every night, reacting to pros' demos, watching cheaters get busted live, and catching up on the latest Counter-Strike news. And of course, we always keep the gambling rolling, tipping and giving away a few $100s back to the chat every stream. Watch me on Twitch, lobanjica. See you there. Link is in the description.